Good morning from our last morning in Luang Prabang. We spent the morning like we've been spending every morning here in Luang Prabang and started with a coffee and a croissant because you're in Laos and it's kind of French and it was delicious.
Any excuse will do.
Then we took a 25-minute tuk-tuk from the middle of the city all the way out here to a very Chinese-looking railway station.
Today we are getting our first ever bullet train. We are traveling Asia for about another 4 months at this point, so I don't think this will be our last, but it is our first and I'm a little bit nervous. So I really don't know what to expect. I imagine it's gonna feel like we're going so fast. I will get Jordan to explain how to book these tickets because it wasn't a smooth or easy process.
So this station and this line that we're on is part of the Belt and Road Initiative by China. Pretty much they are building a massive network that connects everyone that's going to replace like the old school Silk Road. It's bigger than you can even imagine. But anyway, it means that this station and this line was only really finished in December 2021, and there's been a lot of confusion about how to get your tickets. Basically, it was reported that you have to be a Lao national to purchase the tickets, which I think might technically still be true. But there are websites like One2Go Asia and other third parties that let you kind of reserve those tickets. So we pre-booked ours over a week out because they only become available 3 days before the train runs. And then from what I understand, they've had someone official be able to purchase the tickets on our behalf and send us the QR code that's going to get us on the train. So it's much less complicated than it used to be because it can be all done online. Hotels still offer the service as well. Just remember you'll be paying a premium from what you see like on the official websites to go through those third parties or through your hotel. But for the convenience, I think it's worth it.
The other thing to note is you can give different flexibility options. So you can say that you're flexible with the class that you're willing to travel or the dates that you're willing to travel.
When you're looking to book this train online, you'll see that there's actually 5 departures every single day. Trains that start with a D, like D14, are trains that actually originate or have stops in China, which go all the way up to Kunming in China. And the ones that start with a C are the fast trains or the bullet trains, and those have reduced the amount of time that it takes to get from Luang Prabang to Vientiane from 8 hours down to 2, or ours is like an hour and 45 minutes. Unbelievable.
Come to you in QR codes, which we thought you might have to exchange for a paper ticket because that's quite common throughout Southeast Asia, but apparently not. So that's second class, which is in a 2-3 configuration. We're further up the train. It's like we got the, you know how there's always that one economy seat that doesn't have a window?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the high-speed ENQ train. บรรดาท่านมีเอกทางซ้ายสำหรับท่านผู้โดยสารที่หาผู้ขึ้นรถกรุณาเข้านั่งตามบนหนังระบบในที่รถไฟของท่านขอให้บรรดาท่านนำกระเป๋าและเครื่องติดตัวของท่านไว้ในสั้นกิจนิ่งเครื่องขันเทิงของบนหนังให้มันเพียง
Oh, I was about to say we've been in a tunnel the whole time, and we pretty much have been. But it seems like even though we had our tickets scanned to get on the platform, now they can come around and check tickets one more time. So you need to have your ID and your ticket ready to go. So on this train, there is a first class, which we're in, and there is a second class too. Main difference that I can see is first class is a 2-2 configuration. The seats are a bit wider, a bit more plushy, a bit more legroom. The second class behind us is a 3-2, so not bad, but they are a little bit of a smaller seat as well. So ironically, the biggest reason we wanted to get first class is so we could have our own window. Good spend of money.
Time for a toilet tour. One of my favourite things to do on a train. It's quite smelly. There's no window. This option is the Squatty potty. I am not 100% sure if there's a Western style toilet maybe at the front of the carriage. I might go investigate that later. But there is a sink, toilet paper, plenty of mirrors, so not bad. If I wasn't wearing my long flowy pants, then it would be fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, according to the Laos
stunning out there. We're just going past all of these rice fields and it is super green. All these beautiful mountains in the background. Luckily, at the very front of the cabin that we're in, there's 2 windows at the doors, so we've kind of just been hanging out there and I've been sitting like this, annoying the people in front of us. Thought I'd give you a little seat tour of where we're going to spend the next couple of hours. There's really not that much to show. It's quite a comfy plush seat. It feels very clean, but the decor's maybe a bit dated. You have a little footrest, a seat pocket, a coat hanger. It reclines slightly. That's about it. It is a very nice temperature in here. I think it's 27 degrees currently outside and probably like 22 in here. And honestly, you would never know that this is like a bullet train or a high-speed train apart from the fact there is a sign saying that we're going 160 kilometers per hour. There is a section where we boarded the train that you can get some hot water or cold water. We've just brought our own, it's a 2-hour journey. What do you want, you know? If you're on here from China, maybe you're after something a little bit more, but you could bring cup noodles and heat them up there. There's plenty of room, overhead room to put your bags. If your bag is too big, there's also space where you board the train, and that's where everyone's big luggage is. As it turns out, there is a Western style toilet to the front of the carriage where the driver is, and the Squatty Potty style is at the rear. Other than that, it is exactly the same. It is quite a strong smell in here, not necessarily terrible, but quite strong. They have tried to put in a little air freshener. It's just not working very well. Again, lots of mirrors, a running tap, toilet paper and a trash can, and toilet seat covers! Out in that area, there is also another sink with a huge mirror, as well as a couple of trash cans. I want to get out of here now.
Or walk around for passengers who have not arrived at the station, so as to avoid delaying your trip.
We have made it to Vien, which means we are exactly halfway through this journey now, and it has gone so friggin' quickly. I guess it's a bullet train, so that makes sense. I am hopeful and maybe a bit naive in thinking that maybe someone won't hop on and that we might be able to get a seat with a window now. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is a pretty popular train.
Vientiane Station. Please straighten the seat back and restore the tray table as cartons to original positions. Please get off the tray in order after the train arrives. To avoid falling, please pay attention to the gap between the train and the platform. Thank you for choosing China Laos Railway. We look forward to seeing you again on our next trip. Stopping to the station. Passengers, we're going to get off the train. Please follow our luggage and do not forget your
We made it! This is crazy. How do we get to our hotel?
Yeah, good question.
We didn't really research how to get from the Vientiane train station into town. There is something in Laos called Loca, which is essentially like Uber, so I'm looking at that, but it looks like it's going to cost about $15 to get us to the hotel. So Jordan's gone to see if there's any tuk-tuks or maybe like a local bus that will get us closer. The good thing is, because we're running out of cash, we could pay with a credit card through the Loca app.
There are a bunch of different buses, but they all go to different places that we need to kind of Google and see if those places are near our hotel or not, like the Central Station or like the Friendship Bridge or whatever. But there's also a bunch of shared tuk-tuks that are fully packed already. We've got to figure out the best way. We don't have too much money.
Isn't what I expected at all. It's like a lot bigger than I was expecting, but also really spread out. And then you're driving it and all of a sudden there's like this huge, grand, opulent building.
Photos did it justice.
Yeah, this is super nice.
We got a really good deal on this room as well. I will link it in the description.
To expose ourselves a little bit, we originally had booked a 2-star hotel that didn't look super nice. But a trick we've come up with or are using a lot more this year is booking somewhere that is refundable and then checking maybe like a day or two before you're meant to come somewhere, because hotels, if they still have a room, they'll normally drop their price.
Yeah, or like give you a better room for the price of a cheaper room. Yeah.
So for an extra $5 a day, we ended up upgrading from a 2-star hotel to a 4-star hotel.
We got breakfast, fitness center, all that.
Swimming pool?
Not bad. Final thoughts on that train. The Luang Prabang to Vientiane portion that we did is great.
0 complaints, apart from the fact that we had like the dodgy no window seat.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing, and that someone has to get that seat.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
And the hot dogs are quite juicy, so be warned.
การสูบยาภายในรถไฟ
It turns out there is food on this train.
列车
She just came past and was like, hello, delicious. I was
吸
like,
烟会
okay.
触发动车
Then she asked if I want it spicy, and I said yes. I may have made a mistake.
Smoke alarm on the train.
I really liked it. First ever bullet train.
First ever bullet train. It was great. And now we got the next couple of days in Vientiane.